come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leone. This next individual I'm about to introduce, I had the pleasure of meeting 4 years ago when this event returned here to the city of Miami. She's an accomplished business executive and a dedicated advocate for youth empowerment. And in 2018, she achieved a significant milestone by securing the rights to the prestigious Orange Blossom Classic, becoming one of only a few women to hold such rights to a major sports property. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the executive director of the Orange Blossom Classic Committee. Please welcome Ms. Kendra Bulluck-Major.
Good morning. I had a moment very similar to the chairman. I was like, "Whoa, what's he talking about?" Before I get started on my remarks, I just wanted to point out something that I noticed in the room as the chairman was giving his remarks. There's a lot that we could talk about as far as the importance, the significance, and what HBCUs really do produce. But as I was sitting there, I realized, Chairman, Florida A&M University, Councilman Leon, Florida Memorial University, Connie Kennard, Tennessee State University, Vernita Alexander, Florida A&M University, our state representative Felicia Robinson, Tuskegee University, all within this community representing an amazing community coming from some amazing HBCUs. So that alone just deserves a clap of applause, because all of those individuals who I just named, none of this would be possible without their continued support and just saying, yes, we want this event in this community. We welcome our coaches. We welcome our athletic directors. We welcome our president of Alabama State University, Dr. Ross. We welcome everyone into this community. We welcome Greg Clark, who is the Vice President of Institutional Advancement, who hails from Florida A&M University, but now also is a member of Hornet Nation. Okay, so we are truly one big community. And I have not even looked at my remarks. This is going in a completely different direction, but it's okay. I do want to say thank you to some of our board members who are here today, Dr. Clarence Jones, to our chairman of our board, Mr. Larry Kennedy, to everyone that's around here in orange, my staff in the back. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I had someone this morning, one of my staff members, who actually sent me a prayer, and I was like, I just got my lashes on. Don't do that right now. But I do appreciate their support. They are the rock. Just because I'm here with the microphone, trust me and understand that there are a lot of people behind me that support this event, and it would not be possible without all of them. So that being said, I'm not going to worry about these remarks. I know you guys want to get to the main event. So we welcome Coach Trey Oliver. We welcome Coach Eddie Robinson. We're going to have a great time. This is definitely something new that's on the gridiron, but what is not new with the Orange Blossom Classic is that we're going to come together. We're going to have an amazing reunion. It is going to be an experience like no other, and we're going to let the HBCU community know that the city of Miami Gardens, Miami-Dade County, is 100% the place to be when it comes to representing HBCUs, and most importantly, showing our youth what it means. And like I said in the beginning, what you can produce when you come from these amazing institutions. And as the Orange Blossom Classic Executive Director, it is our goal to always make sure that we do what we can to provide an infusion into the HBCUs that are represented on the gridiron come September 1st. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to our media. Thank you again to all of our partners. Thank you to Denny's, our title partner. Yes. I need everybody when we leave here to convene on 27th Avenue. I think that is the nearest Denny's restaurant. Let's continue to support Denny's and continue to support all of our partners. So thank you all again. I look forward to seeing you all in September. Buy a ticket, bring a friend, have your friend buy a ticket. If you're not following us on social media, please make sure that you do so. And then tell everybody on social media, buy a ticket and bring a friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kendra. She mentioned the sponsor of our Orange Blossom Classic, and we are delighted to welcome back our returning title sponsor, Denny's. Now, today we have the privilege of hearing from a perfect blend of leadership experience and business savvy. The celebrated industry leader, Denny's Senior Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer, Ms. Sherry Rankin-Landry.
The test is always whether or not we accommodate those of us who are vertically challenged. So we'll hope that we can make this work. I'm delighted to be here today. I am Sherry Rankin-Landry, one of those crazy people with hyphenated names, but it's purpose because my family hails from Durham, North Carolina, and there might be some people in here. And my father and brothers are proud graduate from a school, an HBCU in Durham, North Carolina, and it's important to me to be here. The Orange Blossom Classic is not just a game, and I think we all know that. It really is a celebration of culture. It's a showcase of not just academic excellence, but athletic excellence. And it's important that we all remember that the accomplishments of the folks in this room are pretty amazing. And I didn't know that. So thank you for sharing who we have in the room with us today. It really is a testament to the spirit of community that not just the Orange Blossom Classic embodies, but all HBCUs embody. As the Chief Marketing Officer and Senior Vice President at Denny's, I've witnessed firsthand, I've been there for about 18 months, really the incredible passion that Denny's has for community, the passion it has for football, and the passion it has for partnerships and fans and bringing people together to create memories that are lasting and that ultimately make an impact on people's lives. HBCUs like North Carolina Central University in Bull City and Alabama State University play a vital role in shaping futures, and we recognize that at Denny's. Students from these institutions go on to become educators and doctors and civil rights leaders and entrepreneurs and all drive positive change. When I was a young girl in Durham, and if you've ever been to Durham, you know Durham, there was nothing to me to have educators and doctors and lawyers and PhDs. And most that I knew, my family knew, went to an HBCU. And that made an indelible impact on my life. Even though I did not attend an HBCU, it is the idea that it was possible that made a difference. That's why I'm so excited to be here in this fourth year as the title sponsor. And we're more committed than ever to investing in the Orange Blossom Classic. It's a cornerstone of our Denny's community program, which focuses on scholarship and entrepreneurship and community and engagement and mental health and wellness. Denny's is committed. For example, our Hungry for Education scholarship program is a key part of the fight against childhood hunger and dedication to education. And since 2011, we've awarded more than $2.5 million in scholarships across the country. So today we invite everyone to join us at Denny's, even down the street, the Denny's down the street. We have a booth waiting for you. It's a booth waiting to celebrate friendships and to create memories over good food with warmth and hospitality. I will tell you, when I came to Denny's, I was like, oh, and then I was like, wow, it's fantastic. So if you haven't been, go. There's a Moons Over My Hammy or a country fried steak. Somebody told me earlier that they like. We love to feed people. Our mission is to feed people bodies, minds, and souls. I'm being from the South. The kitchen is the heart of everything. Tables is the heart of everything. We have a table for you at Denny's. We have a heart for you at Denny's. So today I'm incredibly proud to step forward with Denny's as we take steps forward with the Orange Blossom Classic. On behalf on the entire Denny's family, including our leadership team, our board members, our franchisees, I want to express my deep excitement to participate in the Orange Blossom Classic. I cannot wait to be there in September. I missed it last year because my kid was graduating, but I'm excited to be here this year, and good luck to both teams. We can't wait to fly high with the Eagles and create a buzz with the Hornets. When we come back in September, we'll be cheering you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you, thank you. She said when she was younger, and I just like to say, you're still younger. Okay, all right. Our next speaker is returning to his alma mater. He brings with him over a decade of experience as a veteran fundraiser. North Carolina Central University's Director of Athletics, Dr. Lewis Skip Perkins, expressed his confidence in this gentleman, stating he brings a wealth of experience to our team, and his diverse background and familiarity with our campus and community will be beneficial to the NCCU athletic program. His proven success in athletics, fundraising, and development will certainly benefit our ability to improve athletic revenues and further enhance NCCU Eagle athletics. Please welcome the Deputy Athletic Director for External Affairs at North Carolina Central University, Mr. Chris Jones, Sr.
Good afternoon. Y'all gonna make me say it again, huh? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That's a lot better. As he said, my name is Chris Jones, and I have the distinct honor of serving as the Deputy Athletics Director for External at the illustrious North Carolina Central University. I bring greetings today from our Chancellor, Dr. Johnson Akinleye, and our Director of Athletics, Dr. Lewis Skip Perkins. I can say with full confidence that I and the rest of Eagle Nation are extremely excited to participate in this classic. This is a classic that has so much tradition. And this is also a classic that NCCU hasn't participated in, if my research serves me correct, since 1951. That's 73 years. 73 years ago. So much has changed at our institution in 73 years. We weren't even called North Carolina Central University 73 years ago. So we are extremely excited about that piece of it. We also get an opportunity to provide an experience for our student athletes to play in the NFL arena, Hard Rock Stadium, and that's an experience of a lifetime. And that's part of the reason why we do this, to provide those experiences for our student athletes. What I love most about this classic is it'll be a nationally televised game. And for a lot of people, it will allow them an opportunity to get a glimpse, just a glimpse of what we know in this room HBCUs are and their impact and their importance. So that's also a piece that'll be extremely important and profound for both of our respective institutions. We are looking forward to painting Hard Rock Stadium maroon and gray come September. We are looking forward to having it rocking like O'Riddick Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. So to Eagle Nation, I want to simply thank everyone that has already purchased their tickets to the Classic. And for those of you that haven't, I know you're streaming all around the world, Eagle Nation, because that's what we do. Get your tickets, and we will see you at the family reunion in September. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Chris. Our next speaker is an individual. He's a three-time graduate of Alabama State University, He's also served as an elected state senator in the Alabama legislature. Please, did I say that right? Didn't say that right, did I? And I was slur. And I haven't had anything to drink either. Legislature. Still didn't say it right. Legislature, there we go. I knew it was one of those. He is the esteemed president of Alabama State University. Please welcome Dr. Quinton T. Ross.
Well, good afternoon. And it could be the legislature, depending on what day it is in Alabama. But let me say again, good afternoon to everyone and extend to you greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees, our chairwoman, Brenda Brown Dillard, the faculty, the staff, the alumni of the Alabama State University. We're so excited to be here in Miami Gardens and Miami-Dade for this opportunity. I'm the 15th president of the Alabama State University. I'm a 3-time grad, an institution that's 157 years old, started by 9 freed slaves with $500. And when you bring institutions such as ours in North Carolina Central together, we show the world what our institutions mean and what they do. We were all founded through necessity because we couldn't go anywhere else. And we have all withstood this test of time. And so we're here as a family for this family reunion. I want to thank Representative Robinson, who we had a chance to get together in Montgomery. And thank you for your service. And Commissioner, thank you, Councilman, thank you for your service. A lot of people don't understand. Sometimes it gets lonely, but things that you do to bring this community together are impactful, and this is one of them. I'd like to thank Ms. Kendra Majors and the Orange Blossom Committee for giving us this opportunity to come and be a part of such a historic event, this family reunion. So we're excited to be here. Yeah, I did hug the trophy. No pun intended, but we are really excited to be here. Our fans are excited. Our South Florida fans, our alumni are really excited about us coming this way, and it gives us an opportunity for each of our institutions to showcase exactly what we have to offer. So again, I want to thank you for this opportunity. We're humbled, and we will be here in full force. So you will see the black and gold. Buy you some, just to join in. And the representative from Denny's, I think she may have left, but I wasn't a Denny's fan, but when we learned that we were going to play in this game, I think we went to Gatlinburg and I took my family to Denny's. And so we're providing revenue so they can provide revenue for us. But listen, thank you all again for this amazing opportunity. I want to thank our staff, our faculty, individuals that have traveled with us far and near. We will be back and see you in September. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ross. This next individual is a former standout student athlete, with a comprehensive background in academics, compliance, and the athletic program leadership. Our next speaker developed the nation's first degree program in NCAA compliance and academic progress reporting. Please join me in welcoming the esteemed athletic director of the Alabama State University, Dr. Jason Cable.
Thank you for that introduction. Kendra, I always want to run the show because it's very difficult coming behind our president, Dr. Ross. He always does a fantastic job. I want to thank you for your leadership, Dr. Ross, as we do on all occasions. Also want to thank Miami Gardens. We're grateful to be here, and we're grateful to be playing in the Denny's Orange Blossom Classic. It's a classic that started in 1933, kind of stalled a little bit in 1978, and Kendra, you brought it back, so we're thankful to you for that. We know in 1951, North Carolina Central played in the Classic, and Deputy Jones, you mentioned that through your research. You failed to mention the score. It was 66-7 in the favor of FAMU. And I know Coach Oliver is going to use that. So I just threw it out. He's going to do his research, and he's going to come back and want to avenge that loss many years ago. So Coach Oliver, I just threw that out there. I know you're going to utilize that. But once again, we're excited to be here. And I think what's impactful and important for us is to engage in opportunities that expand the brand of our institution, right? We always want to be in a position that we can expand our brand in a way that doesn't jeopardize student-athlete welfare or experience. And so now you have two institutions that both have an opportunity to win a football game. You expand your brand in the area of South Florida. You also have a premium student-athlete experience, and then there's revenue associated with participating in the contest. So those are things that we want to replicate for our institution and our athletic program. And so we look forward to coming in, and like Deputy Jones said, we want to make sure that we paint the stadium black and gold. We're excited to be here. Hornet Nation will be here in full force, and we just look forward to the opportunity of continuing the legacy of the Orange Blossom Classic. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Before we introduce our head coaches, I want to acknowledge someone in our audience today. She is from the office of Congresswoman Frederica Wilson. Please welcome Miss Alexis Snyder. Is Alexis here? It's hard for me to see with these lights. Hopefully she's here. And we thank her for coming and representing Congresswoman Frederica Wilson. And now let's meet the head coaches. Our first head coach is a standout defensive back and punter during his playing career from 1994 to 1997. This individual earned all conference and all region honors. He later served as an assistant coach from 2003 to 2006, contributing to consecutive CIAA championships in 2005 and 2006. In his third season as a head coach in 2022, he led North Carolina Central University to victory in the Cricket Celebration Bowl, earning the title of HBCU National Champions and securing the program's highest FCS national ranking at number 17. He was voted the 2022 MEAC Football Coach of the Year after guiding the Eagles to their first conference championship in 6 years. Coaching experience dating back to 1995, this coach boasts 6 conference championships and 4 Black college football national titles. His parents and wife are all graduates of NCCU. He also holds a master's degree from Grambling State University. Please give a warm welcome to the head coach of North Carolina Central University, head coach Trey Oliver. Now we're going to give Coach Oliver an opportunity for his opening remarks. Coach Oliver.
Oh, good afternoon. It's good to be here. AD 73, I wasn't even born. All right. Kendra, I don't know why it took us so long for you all to call us back, but it's good to be back down here in Miami. Big event, huge event, great opportunity for our young men and our university. For us to be able to play on a national stage and NFL venue is great for us to be able to show people our brand. We're a top 20 team in the country, and for us to be able to put that on display on national television on Labor Day weekend is something special. Excuse me. A lot of these kids nowadays, when you recruit them, they talk about they want to play on the highest level. They want to play big time football. And to me, this is a high level, and this is big time football. I don't see many group of fives, and I don't see many PWIs playing in these type of games right here. Had an opportunity coach in the Celebration Bowl, had an opportunity coach in the playoffs last year. The opportunity and experience, it wasn't even close. So again, for my university, we're excited to be here. Thank you all Orange Blossom Classic and the committee for having us. And we're looking forward to a very good football game. And I can guarantee you, I'm gonna leave it alone. My mama texted me before I got up here. All right. AD, you don't know me well, but it's all good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach Oliver. Introducing our next coach. In his inaugural season at his alma mater, this coach steered the Hornets to their most wins since 2015. He orchestrated significant victories for the Hornets, which earned him a well-deserved induction into the 2022 ASU Sports Hall of Fame class. Now, prior to his coaching career, this individual showcased his talents on the field as the Houston Oilers' second-round pick in 1992 NFL Draft, ultimately enjoying an illustrious 11-year NFL career that included an appearance in the Super Bowl with the Tennessee Titans. Renowned for his unwavering professionalism and meticulous preparation, this coach earned the nickname Steady Eddie from his peers, highlighting his leadership skills and attention to detail. His contributions extend beyond the gridiron, as he is an active member of the SWAC Alumni Association and a lifelong member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. With his proven track record of success, this coach continues to inspire and lead both on and off the field, leaving an indelible legacy at ASU. Please welcome and give a warm welcome to the head football coach at Alabama State University, Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. Now going to allow Coach Robinson to give his opening remarks.
All right, good afternoon. So first of all, I'd just like to say glad to be here. Alabama State University is a school that's been dear to me, and Dr. Quinton T. Ross, definitely want to thank him for trusting me to be the 30th head coach. Also, Dr. Jason Cable, who I've been knowing for a long time. So both of those guys have given me the task of winning the championship here at Alabama State, and that's what we're trying to move to. And in the progress of that, we have an opportunity to come down here and play in the Orange Blossom Classic. Now, last year we were driving down to FAMU to play Florida A&M, and I'm reading the book, the biography of Jake Gaither, the legendary coach. And in there, it talked about the Orange Blossom Classic and all the contributions that were done by FAMU and the different teams that they would play. And so I was like, man, it would be great to play in that game at some point. And Dr. Cable said, hey, man, we may be able to play in the Orange Blossom Classic. It all came together. So we're just glad to be down here. We realize that we have a lot of alumni from this area, big South Florida chapter of Alabama State University. My freshman roommate when I first got to Alabama State was Reggie Brown, who went to Miami Central. Actually coached with Coach Oliver at Delaware State. So I also had Manny Martin, who went to Miami Central. Both of those guys played with me with the Houston Oilers. So we have probably at least 12 or so kids on our team right now from the Florida area. A couple Miami Central kids, Stephon Young-Roll, Rudy Jean-Louis. And so we understand the importance of coming down here and representing Alabama State University and being a part of this game. And I think one of the distinguished gentlemen talked about coming together. And I think that's the big part about this, having the HBCUs, the MEAC, and the SWAC come together so we can compete on the field of athletic competition, bringing our bands down here. We realize that everybody may not be able to get to North Carolina Central. They may not be able to get to Montgomery, Alabama. But at the same time, we can inspire young kids to attend one of our HBCU universities just because we came here and we brought the show and took it on the road. So that's what we want to do. We want to put on a great show. Both coaches want to win. We want to start off the season on a good note. But we understand that we have to come down here and compete and earn it. And we're just grateful to have the opportunity and looking forward to coming down here and playing in the Orange Blossom Classic.
Thank you very much, Coach Robinson. And now we will move on to the Q&A portion of our press conference. Now we have two microphones on stands in the center aisle. So if you desire to ask a question of one of our coaches, first of all, when you come to the microphone, please identify yourself in terms of your name, your affiliation, and then which coach you would like to direct your question to. And so we'll begin. if anyone would like to come up and begin asking those questions, because these coaches are just waiting to answer them. Someone's brave enough to open. Here we go.
Hello, these questions come from our virtual press room. The first question is actually posed to our ADs this year from Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald. What's the appeal of coming all the way to Miami, and how well do your fans travel? If either of the ADs would please step to the mic.
I think the opportunity that everyone talked about in Miami is being able to expand the brand. Also, there's a rich talent here in Miami, both athletically and academically. As Coach Robinson mentioned, you have the opportunity to get in front of young people as they make their decision to come to college. And we would like them to come to either North Carolina Central or Alabama State, but we get to share the HBCU culture and the experience, as well as our fans travel. To address that point, our fans will travel, they will be here, but we want to encourage everyone in Miami and Miami Gardens to come out and support the game as well. But Hornet Nation travels well, and we will be here in full force.
Thank you. This question also comes from Isaiah Smalls with Miami Herald. It's for Commissioner Gilbert. With FAMU gone, how will these two schools fare as a replacement, consider its enrollment, rival schools combined?
Well, respectfully, FAMU doesn't have a rival first. But no, joking. Listen, these are wonderful institutions with great alumni. So look, I would love to see FAMU every year, but the truth is the Orange Blossom is bigger than FAMU. The Orange Blossom is bigger than FAMU. The Orange Blossom, it's not about FAM. It's not even about Alabama State. It's not about North Carolina Central. It's about us. And so these schools will do a great job. We're going to have a great game. We're going to have a great weekend, and we're going to turn up the whole time.
And I forgot to mention that we do have people joining us virtually, so they in turn are also giving questions, and so we're getting some of those questions at this time.
Commissioner Gilbert, this one is a follow-up question from Isaiah for you. He says, Coach Oliver mentioned this game would be used as a recruiting tool. Have you both already started scouting this game? Actually, sorry, this is
Coach
Oliver.
Oliver.
Please excuse me.
Oliver's a great name.
Yeah. Coach Oliver mentioned this game would be used as a recruiting tool. Have you both already started scouting this game in recruiting and could you give us a taste of the pitch that you've used as you've touted this game?
Okay, I'm gonna try to go through these. First of all, definitely, we've already started scouting these, Alabama State. In the off season, we try to do a 3 to 4 game breakdown on them. I was talking to Coach, very similar to us. They had a lot of guys getting the transfer portal, so the roster's still kind of up in the air. Their offensive coordinator was with me. Coach Barnett. We were together for about 4 or 5 years at North Carolina A&T. We won the first Celebration Bowl. So I'm very familiar with a lot of coaches on the staff. We watched several of their opponents. Second thing, as far as a recruiting tool, I think that's going to be us being able to present our brand on national television. We do have guys from Florida on our team. Our quarterback last year, player of the year, Pee Wee was from Davis Richards from Belgrade. My philosophy is a gas tank philosophy. So from our university within a 6-hour radius is what we're going to focus on. I have to be financially responsible within our athletic budget. And for me to be able to recruit young men, I have to get in that house and I have to go by the school. I have to go by practice. So I just can't, we don't have a budget to fly to Texas, fly to California, fly back and forth to Miami. The coaches that build those relationships, those are the ones that get those kids. So we really have to work on building a relationship. So we're not opposed by any stretch to recruit Miami. My head football coach in college was Larry Little. So I'm very familiar with Miami. He was talking about downtown Reggie Brown. That's a very good friend of mine. So I know the brand of football. My running back coach, Kevin Maurice, is from down here. Larry Kennedy talks about Miami football all the time. So we're locked in. We understand.
Thank you. This question is for Kendra Bulluck from Isaiah Smalls, Miami Herald. The initial Orange Blossom Classic had great attendance. However, it has fallen the last 2 years. How do you plan to draw a bigger crowd, and what will it take for these two schools to replicate the success of year one?
So the attendance the last 2 years has not fallen. We did see a decline last year in attendance. So the previous year, not the last 2 years, Isaiah. What I will say as far as last year, when you're looking at these different matchups, there are various things that you have to take into consideration. Last year with our matchup, we saw quite a few factors. Number one, just about a week prior to the game, we dealt with some weather issues in Florida. Also, as far as Jackson State, who was in the game last year, they had a week 0 game. So when you're looking at a different matchup, you have to factor in certain things that could be of concern. What I do know about these two teams, because it is a new game, this is now an opportunity for this fan base to get excited and come to Miami for something new and different that they have never experienced before. Also, we do know that this marks the first week of football for both of these institutions. So this is an opportunity for two top teams in each of their respective conferences to be able to showcase what they're able to do from the very moment that football starts right here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. So with that, I do feel very confident about not only what their fan base will do, because it is something new, it is something different. And I also feel very confident about what will happen as far as our numbers go with ESPN. We have for the first time an opportunity to represent not just the SWAC, but we're also now bringing in North Carolina Central, who will represent the MEAC conference. So there's always something new, something different going on that I do believe will allow both the fan bases to come out and support. And I do think that we'll see an increase in attendance this year by mitigating some of the factors that we saw last year.
This question is posed to both coaches from Brian Fulford, Black College Sports Network. Coaches, each of you are expected to start the season with a new signal caller this year, leading your offense. How has the spring transition been for those young men? And what will they need to accomplish this summer to be ready for week 1 at the OBC?
Well, yeah, like you said, we both have new signal callers, and we all understand the importance of the quarterback position. Andrew Body, a kid that transferred in from Texas Southern University, so he definitely has some familiarity within the conference, and we played against him, so we know what he can do. But we're all putting teams together. This summer, I'm sure Coach is going to be doing the same thing. It's a whole lot of team bonding. We have about 30 freshmen coming. We have about 12 transfers, so we're trying to get all of these individuals to bond together as a team, and that quarterback position is very important. So we feel like Andrew Body's the kid, on the field, he can make plays, but also off the field, he's just a great person. So we're just trying to bring in high character individuals into the program and go out there and compete and start winning football games. But we're looking forward to getting him going, and over the summer, he'll be one of those guys who's going to lead the team.
Yes, our quarterback Walker Harris, he had an opportunity to play in several games, 6 or 7 games the last 2 years. We had an opportunity to get up on some folks. So he played in almost every fourth quarter in 2022 season. He started last year against Mississippi Valley and threw 5 touchdowns. So we're more than confident in him. He just got to make sure he settles down and doesn't try to do too much. But Walker Harris will be ready to play.
Thank you. This question is from Shanae Hardy, Miami New Times, for Kendra. Is it important to showcase HBCU talent at Orange Blossom Classic for high school athletes looking to play at an HBCU and recruiters who scout talent for professional teams?
Oh, yes, absolutely. That is a part of one of the reasons that we do what we do. As far as the Orange Blossom Classic goes, with this being a new matchup, this gives our local student athletes an opportunity to see even greater teams, even bigger teams. So now we have not only had FAMU, we've not only had Jackson State, but now we have 2 teams, one being from Alabama, of course, one being in North Carolina. So it gives them an opportunity to see HBCU football from across the country. So when they're making these decisions about where it is that they want to be, they have an opportunity to see it right here in their backyard.
Thank you. And this final question comes from Scotty from Off Script Media for Coach Trey Oliver. With a new quarterback, how important is it to get him comfortable early in the season and not have him trying to be like Davius Richards?
Right. That's what I just said. The big thing is just settle down. Don't try to do too much. And they have two completely different style of play. I think Walker probably has a little bit more arm strength than Davius, but he's not the physical presence and doesn't move as well as Davius does. But like I said, he had a whole lot of playing experience last year. So as long as he doesn't try to do too much, I think he'll be just fine.
Good afternoon, coaches. So this question is from Kyle Mosley with Sports Illustrated HBCU Legends. Both of you gentlemen have been very cordial and polite, but Coach Oliver and Coach Robinson, which team will win and why?
I'll let you go first.
North Carolina Central will win the football game because of our culture. Our motto is culture over scheme. It doesn't matter the scheme, what you do, run the ball, throw the ball, everything will work. But as long as the culture in your building is right, and that's our motto, we'll be just fine. Our culture in our building is to recruit good young men and just to be good people, work hard, and do the right thing. Our guys this offseason, this past year, did over 3,000 hours of community service. Our team GPA is over 3.0. This past year, our APR score is 991. I don't know if any of y'all know about APR, but 991 is pretty high. Perfect score is 1,000. But all that translates onto the football field, okay? So if guys are doing the right thing off the field and you can trust them off the field, it's going to translate on the field. So we don't hope that our guys come out and play well. We prepare to play well. The only thing we hope for is to win the lottery. Coach, who you think gonna win, Coach?
Alabama State. So I think that's a good question, but I think asking a football team or football coaches who's going to win the game is kind of like going to a boxing match and asking the boxers who's going to get knocked out. They're both going to say the other guy, right? So we understand that we're playing a really good team. Trey has been doing a great job at his alma mater. They won national championship just 2 years ago. They were right there. Just fell a little bit short last year, but they were just as good as any other team in the MEAC, and then all of HBCU football played in the playoff game. So we understand that we're playing a veteran team, guys that have won the championship, so they know what it takes, and we're trying to make that next step. And so for us, it's all about setting the standard. We set a standard and we don't back down from it. My motto with the kids is consistently good equals great. So everybody has to do their job on a consistently good basis. And you don't have to try to be a hero if you just do your job and win today. We try to win each day. And so that's what we're going out to do. And we have to understand that we have to earn the right to give ourselves an opportunity to win on Sunday when we come down here. And so each day we go out there this summer, we're trying to earn the right to give ourselves a chance to win that game on Sunday. You just can't show up on Sunday in Miami Gardens saying, hey, I want to be the best player out there. It has to start during the summer, and we're earning the right to do it. Off the field, our guys are doing a lot in the community. We're contributing. We do a Real Men Read, where we go to the elementary schools and do stuff with the kids. And so I just feel like we have a lot of good people in the room. So when I go into the building, I enjoy the players that are looking back at me as I'm giving my message every morning. So I think that's a big part of it, setting the standard and having kids realize that they have a chance to be something bigger than themselves.
Thank you. Follow-up question from Kyle Mosley. So Coach Robinson, how is Andrew Body progressing?
He's progressing really well. I think the biggest thing about him is he's a great person. He's just a super high character kid. I told him he'll probably be in politics at some point just because of the way he genuinely and naturally gets along with everybody in the room. So he brings the whole team together. He's probably brought most of the people around the campus together. So he's just a natural leader off the field. And I think that'll transcend to him being a good player on the field.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Zaria. Welcome, coaches. As a fellow Rattler, I want to say congratulations to the both of you for the opportunity that you all have been given to, showcase you all's university. So I want to just give a well round of applause for you all, really.
Thank you.
But I really want to move on a personal tip. So I want to know, what are some motivational tips you all give your players to continue to be the best players that you all need them to be? And what motivation would you all give any other young Black man out there looking for opportunities to be in this limelight?
I mean, in coaching or just in football in
In
general?
football in general. So first you can start off with your players as to what you all need them to be and who you all need them to be in order for them to,
All right. So what I tell kids, it's all about hard work. My coach was Houston Markham, played at Alcorn State University, coached at Jackson State, won a lot of championships, came in. We won a Celebration Bowl Heritage Bowl back then. We actually came here and played in Miami against North Carolina A&T, which was the precursor to the Heritage Bowl that we have now. And so everything is based on hard work. And so when I find young kids and even some of my players who tell me they want to play in the NFL, and so if you have an NFL dream, you have to have an NFL work ethic. And so it all boils down to hard work. I don't think there's any other substitute for it. And when I look at the high school kids who are coming to our camps and want to get scholarships to play in college, it's the same thing. Hey, you have a college dream, but now you have to have a college work ethic. And so I think the biggest thing in this day and age is everybody wants to get it fast. They want it like right now. You want to show up the first day on campus and then start the second day. And you have to go through the steps to earn the right to have that opportunity. And it all starts with hard work when nobody's watching.
Right. So, for me, motivation, that's something I hope I don't have to do. When we recruit young men, I want guys that love the game and love to play the game. So if I have to beg a guy to play hard and beg a guy to lift weights and all this stuff, I got the wrong guy in the building. So a lot of times what we'll talk about is like, what's your why? So if I got a guy that loves football, then like, what's your why? What motivates you? What pushes you? What makes you want to do this? Because it's hot out there. It's tiring. It's rough. You can't, if you don't love the game, you'll get hurt. Bottom line. So it's a physical ball game. If you don't love the game, I can't motivate somebody that doesn't love the game. So I push guys to understand their why. We come up with a plan for them and then put them in a situation to be successful.
Thank you all for that.
Thank you. Good question.
Most of our questions have come from our virtual audience, but again, we still encourage those that are here with us to ask some questions of our coaches if you would like to do so.
Good afternoon. I do have a question. If I'm not mistaken, both of the coaches both graduated from the universities where you're coaching now, correct? So if you could just speak a bit about how special it is to be back at your alma mater, giving back to the students who are walking the same steps that you walked.
Black college is something special for me. I've been coaching Black college for 26 years now. I've been all through the SWAC, all through the MEAC. And, both my parents went to North Carolina Central. Like a lot of coaches, I wanted to go coach on a major D1 level. But then I had to take a step back and maybe this was my calling. So why can't I be the next Eddie Robinson or the next Joe Taylor, and be perceived as work to be considered one of the best coaches to come through your era at your alma mater. So for me in 2022 to change the program around and for us to lift that trophy up and me to look at my mama and daddy in the eyes, like that meant the world to me.
So I think kind of what Trey is saying, and I remember watching that game as they beat Jackson State, and I think if you looked at the post-game press conference, you can tell like what he just said, like he felt it, and it meant something because he had walked the same halls and played on that same field. So for me, being at Alabama State and I'm on the same field that I practice on, the same cement steps that I ran up, I'm telling the same kids to do the same stuff that I had to do and go through the same stuff, the same adversities. And so it's a special experience. I grew up in New Orleans, going to the Bayou Classic every year since I was a kid. My dad went to Southern in New Orleans, so we always rooted for Southern, and Grambling would always beat them, but the band was really good. So I've have a really big experience with HBCU football. Love the SWAC, love the conference, love coaching in it, love the rivalry games, love going to play at Jackson State's homecoming, love playing Tuskegee for Turkey Day Classic, and it's the 100th Turkey Day Classic coming up, playing in the Magic City Classic. So we just have so many great games on the schedule. you know, I just love sharing their experience. When I'm talking with kids and recruiting them, it's not really recruiting them. I'm just telling them my history. I'm just telling them my story, telling them my life. So it's very easy for me to sell Alabama State because it's part of what I grew up as. Fortunate enough, my oldest son played his last 2 years at Alabama State, just graduated in biomedical engineering this spring. So now my son's a graduate of Alabama State. So it's truly a family tradition. I love being there, and I just love coaching at a HBCU, love coaching in the SWAC, and just really thankful for Dr. Cable, for President Ross to give me the opportunity to be the head coach of Alabama State.
Any other questions? And well, what I like to say, even though now it doesn't make a lot of sense, I used to work radio in New York City, and one of my sayings as I was going off the air, because at the time, there used to be clocks on the wall. There are no longer clocks on the wall. But what we would say is the clock on the wall says that's all of this, the Orange Blossom Classic kickoff press conference. Distinguished guests, esteemed dignitaries, Orange Bowl Classic Board of Directors, members of the press, we thank you for your participation this afternoon in the Denny's Orange Blossom Classic kickoff press conference. A reminder that the media mixer will take place this evening, and it says here at 5 p.m. I heard some people said 5, 6, so I'm going to go with what it says here at 5 p.m. This evening. Now, immediately at the end of our press conference here this afternoon, we're going to ask both coaches to go down to the area where the trophy is displayed to take some photos. So members of the media, you'll have your opportunity to take photos at that time. So once again, thank you for attending our kickoff press conference, and please drive to arrive home safely. Good afternoon.